I'm here to draw your attention to a matter that has long been the concern of this committee, but for some mysterious reason, it keeps being avoided and it seems stuck in time. I'm obviously talking about the still ongoing problem of decolonization, but more specifically about the decolonization of Western Sahara. In his opening remarks at the 2019 session of the Special Committee on Decolonization, the UN Chief and Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, argued that decolonization is, and I quote, one of the most significant chapters of the organization's history, end of quote. He then went on to applaud, in his own words, the Special Committee's efforts to uphold its mandate and to support the people of the non-self-governing territories to achieve self-government, adding that the UN's decolonization success across the decades can inspire us today. Indeed, it's undeniable that at the start of the decolonization process, the United Nations played a decisive role in granting independence to more than 80 colonies around the globe. Yet, how can we talk about success when it has already been 74 years since the establishment of this organism, and there are still 17 non-self-governing territories that have been deprived of the opportunity to decide their own fate? How can we talk about success when the people from these 17 territories have been denied the right to determine their own future? In his intervention, the Secretary General proudly credited decolonization to having been a key factor in the United Nations membership's growth. As a Sahrawi who has suffered the effects of colonization and whose family and friends are still suffering its consequences, I'm concerned. I'm concerned that the UN, an organism that has proven key to the colonization process, has forgotten the original principles it was founded on. When has membership and economic growth become more important than the people and the territories it once swore to defend and protect? In his speech, Mr. Guterres also pointed out that, and I quote, to achieve decolonization, the voices of the people of the territory should be heard. I couldn't agree more. The point is that I hear us speaking, I hear us raising our voices year after year, but sadly nobody seems to be listening. The Western Sahara issue is a very particular one. The Sahrawi people have not only suffered from the traumas and misfortunes of the European colonization and the domination of Spain, but they are currently struggling for independence from the even more abusive and damaging occupation of Morocco. Back in 1991, the Security Council established the United Nations Mission for the Referendum in Western Sahara, also known as MINURSO, in accordance with settlement proposals accepted by both the Frente Polisario and Morocco. As stipulated by this settlement plan, the MINURSO was entrusted a list of mandates from which the following stand out: monitoring the ceasefire, organizing and ensuring a free and fair referendum, reducing the threat of unexploded ordnances and mines, and at last, but not least, taking steps with the parties to ensure the release of all Western Saharan political prisoners and detainees. Of all these tasks, the MINURSO has only successfully managed to fulfill one, the ceasefire. While of utmost importance, the ceasefire is not enough. There are still Sahrawi political prisoners imprisoned in dreadful conditions in the occupied territories. There are still Sahrawi people in the refugee camps of Algeria. And exploded mines are still a threat to the Sahrawi civilians. And among other things, there has been neither a free nor a fair referendum of self-determination for the Sahrawi people. If the eradication of colonialism is still a priority in the UN's agenda, as Mr. Guterres proclaims, when are you going to be willing to stand by your words? Thank you.
I thank Farah D from the University of New York for the information she furnished to the committee.